Hi guys, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are. But here where I am, it's almost 40 minutes past midnight, and I just had this crazy idea to record my doom scrolling sessions on YouTube because I am on YouTube a lot, and I don't know whether I should be reducing my screen time. So I'm just gonna share with you what sorts of videos come up on my algorithm, and this is also a self-reflection to see whether my time, quote unquote, on YouTube is a waste or if it's helping me grow and develop and be better as a person. So I will try to just doom scroll for 5 minutes, and the rest of the minutes we're just going to be discussing that. And we're going to be discussing how the algorithm tends to bait me personally and how it's so good at keeping me on the screen, even though I have no intention of wasting every waking moment of my life listening to a YouTube video. So here goes. 1 minute has already passed. This short video will make you rethink your entire life. Hashtag self-improvement. So I will have to click on this short in order to find out what will make me rethink my life. And I don't like clickbaity titles like that. You're being played and it's behind McDonald's. Once you see this, you can't unsee it. I don't eat at McDonald's a lot anyway, so I may or may not waste my time watching that. This guy here is Lawrence Anton on his YouTube channel. He talks about antinatalism, and I learned a lot about the antinatalist philosophy from watching his videos. If it's something you're interested in, or whether you love it or you hate it, he's very rational and logical in explaining the philosophy. So if you have an open mind, his channel is good. 8 signs you're being protected by a higher power. I don't watch those sorts of clickbaity videos anymore that make you feel special, because I definitely don't feel that about myself. And I just don't like dividing people into categories of special or not special. This video here, as you can see, is currently what I'm watching. I haven't finished yet. This is from The Prison Called Life. The God of the Bible behaves exactly like Satan. Well, since learning about Gnostic teachings, I have come around to agree that it's probably right. And I want to learn more about that kind of point of view because it challenges my old point of view as a born and raised Christian. And I've already done a 180 on a lot of what I have grown up to believe. So that will definitely be on my current watch list. Life forces you to do things you hate. That's true as well. But I think the first pessimistic philosophy video that I've watched was a video from Tragic Reality. And ever since hearing that one video, it's just been a rabbit hole, and I have learned so much. But not only learned, actually, it's more, I have realized it within myself. So I tend to feel this way toward the world now. Home painting technique, acrylic painting. I do acrylic and gouache and watercolor painting just as a hobby for myself. So I will watch an interesting tutorial if it's something that I want to try out for myself. An ad for singing lessons, because I also sing when I feel like there's no one who can hear me. I may or may not post a cover of me singing one day or a singing progress video, but that's not in the near future. I don't think I have the confidence yet, even though you don't know who I am. I just, hate my voice. So even though I like singing. Maturing is realizing she wasn't arguing, she was right. I am not interested in a lot of pop culture media, so that's not something I would click. Something is happening, I can't explain. Oh, guy, what is it? I do not have all of the time in the world to find out. Signs of ADHD you didn't realize. No, I'm just gonna skim over that. How bad was Matthew Perry's addiction? I don't even know Matthew Perry, and I'm happy that I don't. You aren't behind. The truth about your delayed timeline. I'm not competitive with other people regarding milestones. I believe that it's all an illusion and made up by society, so I'm not gonna watch that. I'm just gonna pass over videos that I'm not gonna watch. So we're on our last minute, and I'm slower than I usually am because I'm talking as I'm thinking, and I usually think faster than I talk. I don't think we were made for this. From the looks of it, this is about doom scrolling, which is exactly what I'm doing now, because I just wanna see for myself how much of my life I'm wasting by doing this and whether it's actually worth it to do so. Suzanne Chang, she has a lot of this stream of consciousness videos that is working for her, and I'm happy for her, but I don't have an hour to really listen to what she has to say, so I'm gonna move on. The Kardashians, of course, they just want to be everywhere, even though I've never searched them up on this channel. And it's been years since I last searched them up, and more out of curiosity, not out of admiration. Why some people look younger, I may be curious, but not at the moment. And that's it for my 5 minutes of doom scrolling. The rest will just be thoughts about everything that passed my feed just now. I think what I can say is that I spend more time looking for something worthy to watch than actually watching something. And when I watch a video, I don't really sit down and look at my phone the entire time. I will just have my video playing on the side while I do chores. And that's how I learned a lot about the world. I watch a lot of Professor Jiang's lectures. That's PROF space JIANG. He's a very good historian and geopolitical analyst. I wonder what I would look like if I lost weight. Sister, I know because I've been over 10 kilos skinnier before. So I gave birth 8 months ago. Okay, she has a story, but I'm not really interested. We're all running from something. Nah. People who grew up in the 90s, that wasn't me. Life in the comfort zone. I can see how a lot of people would be drawn to this kind of visual, but if I'm not hearing a video essay type of video from you, I'm not going to watch that. I'm not the right audience for that kind of content. The rise of synthetic spirituality. I feel like throughout my life, my spirituality has been synthetic, and it only is starting to feel genuine and feels like myself now after over 3 decades of spiritual searching. I'm more of a pessimistic person now. I'm not saying that I'm a proper philosopher, but I philosophize in a pessimistic light. And it's not that I'm trying to be negative on purpose, it's just that I see more of the truth about the world in that than the optimistic, positive thinking type of worldview. Because once you see the evil things and the broken systems, broken for us anyway, for the working class, you can't unsee it, and I can't think of a way to spin it positively to make me look at the world with rose-colored lenses the way I did when I was a child. So in the 5 minutes that I've doom scrolled, I will probably just watch 1 or 2 of those videos, and I'll probably already know what they have to say even before I start clicking, unless it's a geopolitical lecture or something that has really a lot of facts in it. And some insights into Gnostic philosophy or religion that I've never known because I didn't grow up studying those teachings. And currently, what I am working on is how to escape reincarnation, because I believe that reincarnation is real. You may or may not, but I'm just sharing what I believe. And I'm currently binge watching videos from a channel called Primeval Mythology, and there are a few other channels that offer similar content, and they teach you practices on how to be conscious at the time of your death and recognize that the tunnel of light that NDE see and those that are pretending to be angels, guides, or your loved ones are actually archons, beings called archons, who trick you and gaslighting you into wanting to come back. And that's why you come back to Earth over and over again, so that they can harvest your negative energy and your emotions in this planet that is full of suffering. So that's where I'm at the moment and in this stage of my life after going through almost all mainstream religions. So that's what I'm watching now. And when I don't like to think too much, when I just like to unwind and decompress, and when my brain is not in learning mode, I would watch something like this video, You're Hot But I'm Hotter. That's really funny. I would watch cat videos. Karen Delvine Before Drugs. Like I said, I'm not interested in pop culture and celebrity culture. I couldn't care less about them, actually. There are very few celebrities that I care about, so I'm gonna skip over that. Huge problem in Korea. I've been watching a lot about the problems in Korean and Japanese culture because I'm interested to know why their birth rate is really low, some of the lowest in the world even. And this is, I don't know, clickbait, probably criticizing Pamela Anderson for not wearing makeup. That's just very superficial and a waste of time, in my opinion. The world is hell. Don't be grateful for this. Yep, that was on my watch list before, but now that I know what things to not be grateful for, I'm gonna skip over that because there's no point in me watching several videos that are all saying the same thing in terms of learning. It's better for me to just focus on what I can do because I can't do much in the grand scheme of things. Be an alchemist. How losing my job led to more confidence, maybe, is what it's trying to say there. I have also gone through a self-development phase, and I've watched a lot of this content growing up when I was in my early 20s and late teens. They have helped me. I think that I'm closer to my outer personality is closer to my inner personality, if that makes sense. I am less self-conscious about myself now than I have been when I was younger, but I'm over that now. I've learned enough, so I can move on from that. How the reincarnation trick really works. David Icke. I don't even know who he is, but I feel like I see his name a lot, but I haven't read into who he is. But there are a lot of channels and people who are saying the same thing as David. I've learned about Robert Monroe. He was I don't know if he was a businessman or someone who worked in a scientific field or the business field, but he's learned about the concept of luge farming and the archons as well. And what he's saying matches up with what this David Icke is saying. Meet your partner today. No, thank you. Politics is a joke. Yes, I agree, definitely. I used to watch a lot of his videos and I kind of get the gist now as to what his outlook is. I think the difference between me and channels like Tragic Reality, Life Outrage, Born into a Corrupt System, they're mostly male. I haven't seen a female who is my age with a family and kids share this worldview, but even if I am one or two generations apart from them in terms of age, I don't live in America. I have kids. I am married, unlike them. I agree with a lot of what they have to say. Are changing faces angels become devils? That's interesting. I also, for a time, watched a lot of morgue officials' videos. There is some controversy and some channels criticizing him, which may or may not be true. But what I can give this guy credit for is his presentation of topics. He's a very engaging speaker. And it appears well researched, and what he's saying doesn't originally come from him anyway. So I can give credit for the way he presents information if you want to learn more about the hidden books of the Bible and the secret teachings and books that our churches have never taught you and probably don't want you to know. And whether or not you believe in it, it's still worth listening to because, for example, if you're a really devout Christian the way I was, if your worldview is really the truth, then listening to the opposite point of view should strengthen your belief, and you should be able to refute it and rebut the opposite point of view and strengthen your original point of view if it's really that infallible. But for me personally, I found that it wasn't, and so I've done a 180 on a lot of what I used to believe and a lot of what I've been taught growing up. Christianity is an evil religion. Well, it's kind of obvious actually if you read the Bible without being told what it's supposed to mean. God killing more people than Satan. And it may be hard to hear if you're a devout Christian. Not shitting on Christians, because I was one for almost my entire life. But it's just the objective observation. Yeah, saying that as someone without hate or bitterness, but just observing things from a third person point of view. Never married, no kids. Do I regret it? I wrote a reflection when I was still in university about the two paths that my life could take. One was going down the road of being single and living it up and being happy about it, not minding it, to being married and having kids. And I am on the latter path now. I don't regret it. I really love my kids and I love my family. But since learning about anti-natalism, I am and ever since I've learned about how the world actually works, I fear for them. I'm doing everything that I can to prepare them, and it's far from perfect. But looking back, knowing what I know now, I wouldn't deliberately bring kids into this kind of world. So no, not a mistake from me. That's someone's point of view. I've used to watch a lot of this when I was trying to learn about it, but I learned enough about it that I can move on. Currently, what I am watching are a lot of primeval mythology videos. I'm always entertained by the Prison Called Life videos. I used to binge watch a lot of it now, and it's amazing how he keeps on coming up with so many different kinds of topics, and he's very prolific too with his upload schedule. I can say that he really thinks a lot about a lot of things, and I'm always interested in what he has to say, even if I don't agree with some of it, but I agree with most of it. You're waking up and they don't want you to. I love the eloquence and the poetry in the prose of the functional melancholic. He's such a joy to listen to, and I resonate with a lot of what he's saying. I don't get you human beings. Yes, me too, bro. That's something that I would watch, but I probably already know half of what he has to say because there were a few months up until just recently where this is all I've been watching, and I cannot unlearn what I've learned and I cannot unsee what I've seen. And I actually keep a 5-year diary, and looking back at my previous entries for the past 5 years, I've already been thinking these thoughts. Every now and then they pop up in my writing. but it's not until the time that I discovered all of these pessimistic philosophy channels that I have been able to turn those sentences into full-blown video essays. And I found that it's what I've been thinking all along, and that's why I'm still watching them now, sometimes. Different types of English. English was my best subject, and I'm happy and proud that I didn't need to study for it as much because I really liked reading as a kid. Science, you have an arc on attachment right now. It's not anxiety. I haven't watched Beyond the Veil's videos, but I watch a lot of primeval mythology videos and divine codes. They do sound AI assisted, but I can feel the humanity and the human behind the content. It's not pure AI. And I'm learning a lot from those channels at the moment. So currently watching Primeval Mythology, The Prison Called Life, and Professor Jiang Shue's lectures. In case you're interested, that's PROF space JIANG. Learned a lot about the world through his lectures. And that goes without saying, similar channels. And the more that I learn about the world, the more I am disappointed in it. My channel shouldn't exist, yes. Who wouldn't want to just be all rainbows and roses and earn thousands or hundreds of dollars from YouTube just putting out positive stuff? But I can't deal with the overconsumption and the performativeness of most of these very popular high view channels. It's what the world wants and they're getting it. But I don't know, I was just born this way in this life to be looking at things the way I am looking at things now. So this is my algorithm, and my takeaway from this doom scrolling session, this public doom scrolling session with you while I reflect as I scroll, is that I should put a time limit on how long I search for videos to watch, like maybe 3 minutes, and then I should just watch 2 videos a day, maximum of 3. I shouldn't keep watching one video after the other, even though I feel like I just want to keep learning and learning. Because I'm not watching slop, I'm not watching brain rot content. I am watching to learn, according to what I've seen, reflecting on this current doom scrolling session. And I don't want to stop watching YouTube videos because it's like talking and meeting and learning from like-minded individuals for free. But they're not only like-minded, they're also wiser than me, and I'm learning different points of view from different people. It's just like reading, but I'm not really sitting down and focusing on the page. I am washing the dishes, I am cleaning the bathroom, I am doing the laundry while I'm listening to what these people have to say. So I don't want to stop this habit. I feel like I am learning a lot for free by doing this. However, I should be more deliberate with my time and reflect on what I've just watched and stop at that, because all of my waking moments while doing chores cannot just be listening and listening. I will also need time to process what I learned, see where I agree and see where I disagree on. So yeah, that's all I have for you today. Thank you for doom scrolling with me, and I might do an episode like this again in a few months to see if my algorithm changed and if I changed as a person, if my beliefs even got more reinforced. So thank you again, and I will see you in another video.